Well, here is a video, a quick update. Today's April 18th, 2024, and I filmed this around, well, it was actually on Easter. I videoed that, or this, and just to show you how things are coming along from that video to now. I mulched, but then we get these whirlybirds in here. There's my Mohawk viburnum that needs to be pruned now because it just finished the blooming cycle. And my heucheras, the reddish colored plants there, and euonymus in the upper left corner, in the back, of course, hostas. My autumn fern there. Transplanted this for the 4th time since I've been here, the crimson pygmy. More hostas, Japanese holly fern, blue-green hostas. See, I've got more mulch I've got to put on here. My rhododendrons are starting to bloom already, which for here in southern Indiana is very early. But you can start to see them blooming. I got to get the rest of this mulch out and buy more. I've already bought 75 bags. And that's my neighbor's basketball hoop. Not mine. I don't do sports, as we all know, or you'll soon find out. But anyhow, and my rope junipers, I bought these for $2 each 6 years ago. They were the size of maybe my fist times 2, and some I had to replace about 2 years ago due to mole infestations. So, and then there's my Hollywood juniper plant and my bird bath, which I've got to finish painting on the inside. I painted the bottom of it Sherwin-Williams Holiday Turquoise color. The inside I use swimming pool paint, but I haven't painted it since last year, so I've got to clean it out, sand it, prime it, and then I'll do 2 coats of the swimming pool ocean blue paint. There's a plant that I got from a neighbor's house 5 years ago. It was about 1/3 of that height, all dried up, and I nursed it and got it back to health. More of the pygmy, golden barberry, and again the Mohawk viburnum. And so let's go around here. And then I've got Stelladora daylilies here. And this is going to be the last here for those being here because I put those to fill in between the junipers, but the junipers were really small. And so I just can't keep those there. And then I have this big, massive thing that was just so small when I first bought it. And planted it. You couldn't even barely see it in the ground. And now it's creeping all over. And then I have a Japanese maple that I planted just last night. Finally having a Japanese maple that I've never grown before. And that'll be a companion to that tree there, which is the river birch. And that river birch, by the way, was half the size of this Japanese maple, believe it or not, when I bought it 5 years ago and planted it. So, and then I'll take you around here. Wow, every time I come outside, there's all kinds of racket. Normally this is a quiet street, I kid you not. But that's a neighbor of mine that likes to play with his toys, trucks and this and that, whatever. I don't know why people like so much noise. I can't stand it. But anyhow, so that's an idea of what I've got going on there. I remulched the bed here, but those little things you see right down here are what they tell me are whirlybirds or helicopters. And they present a big nuisance. And then here's my finally blooming red cardinal dogwood shrub. And it's got little white blossoms all over it. And see how pretty that is? Since I don't have a a dogwood tree, this is the next best thing. And this is a lot easier to grow, especially for around here. So I pruned up a lot of this stuff since the last video. I'm shaping this little dwarf burning bush here. And of course the old gold juniper, which that has gotten humongous too. I shaped my Leland cypress here. And this was almost killed off in the heavy winter sub-zero cold we had 2 years ago when we came into the first day of winter of 2022. And that's what happened to these boxwoods. So what I did the other day on the weekend, I went underneath and I cleaned out all the dead. Now normally you don't see boxwoods look like this, but I made them almost like little Japanese trees. And these are winter gem boxwoods. And then I have the crimson barberry, pygmy barberry, the two of them there, with the three boxwoods. And then there's a sand cherry, which they're not really a tree, they're a shrub, but I shaped it into a tree. And then I just moved that hosta there last night, and that's got to take root. And then I have this other matching plant from the front that was from the neighbors. It was over half dead when I planted it, but I got things going. And as you can see, I started putting down mulch. I've got so much more to put down. But I wanted to get all the weeding and the planting done first, and then the last step being the mulch application. But and then I put in this gravel little walkway last year. Then we'll go to the backyard and look down the row of roses. And they're really coming out now. I fertilized them. I'm going to put down some pelletized iron supplements on there too. But I've got a pretty good high nitrogen based plant fertilizer on here. And then I'm going to have to do the systemic, liquid systemic bug preventative and disease preventative. Then I'll spray them with neem oil, and then they should be all good to go. But they're really filling in, and they're just really coming along. I mean, when you look at them, they're just this is why I like roses, because to me, well, at least for me, they always come back. They always, give color throughout the main, summer season, late spring, summer, into fall, into late fall, in fact. And then I've got my patio I've got to clean up here. And of course, my backyard. And then my other birchwood, or river birch tree, as well as the arborvitaes, the two green ones there. And then between those are the little, which they'll get big too, are knockout roses, but the coral colored ones. Up against the shed are iris that are gonna come out and bloom probably in about another 2 weeks. And then the pit there I've got, and there's a stump that is finally decaying after so many years. Too expensive to take it out, so I just figured, well, I put a lot of salt in there, I put a lot of different things in there, and it really is coming apart. It's decaying like crazy. So, and then it'll just fortify the soil. So, plus going with a root, grinding out the root or the stump, it runs pretty close to my sewer line, and I don't want to jeopardize that. So, and then in that corner is where I have the big, huge, beautiful red rose mallow, hardy hibiscus. And it's starting to sprout up already too, so, which I find very interesting. Normally that doesn't start sprouting up till May, but I can see on here little sprouts already, and we always cut these down. I found out around here, little greenery there coming up, so I'm going to clean this bed out and do that. So yes, that is where I'm at with everything, and we'll see how it goes. So Just pan the backyard there. And a lot more yard than I ever anticipated on having, but you know, at the time I thought, well, the house seems to be a decent house for the price and in a good neighborhood, so I just happened to get more property than I really ever wanted. But it's kind of like my own little oasis and park back here, so in a way it's not a bad thing. So anyhow, all right, well, thanks for watching. This is the garden update for 2024 with John Robert. Like, share, and subscribe.